everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing this evening? It's your boy, 800 the Stizzle. Boy, welcome to Thailand TV. Your host, the God, and man form, Prophet de jour. Prophet de jour. You know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all? What's cracking, man? It's Thursday night, man. Off the lane, off the thing, man. Still just working, man. Doing some things, man. Got some things going on right now. Been keep me a little bit busy, but I want to get on here with y'all tonight. Don't worry what's in my cup, man. I just wanted to get on here tonight with y'all, man. I hope y'all put the kids to bed already. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that may come out, man. Some of the little bit of language may be a little bit inappropriate for their ears. But I mean, they hear it in the music that they listen to anyway. So, but. My bad. And like I said, this is my night show. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to pop out on a night show, right? You know what I'm saying? Thailand TV, welcome. Man. I was been watching the NBA Summer League. Actually, one thing I wanted to talk about was your boys in them, OKC. Oklahoma City Thunder. I put a post up probably about a little bit ago. It was a kind of a meme, a flyer showing SGA, J Will, and Chet with their numbers. You know what I'm saying? Shea Gilchrist, SGA got 4-year 285. 4-year 285. That's a lot of money, man. 4 years, 200. And now, what a lot of people don't understand about a lot of professional sports, basketball in particular, that's 285 guaranteed. So once he signs that contract, he's actually a value of $285 million. That's his actual value, 285 plus on top of what he's already been paid from his rookie salary. I don't know if he's on a rookie salary, but yeah, 285 million locked in. You know what I'm saying? Jay Will got 287 over 5 years, so just a little bit less than Shea, but we all know why. Which I don't. We'll see. Like I said, how I seen his game, we'll see how that turns out. So that's still, man, that's 5-year 285, and then Chet come in with the 5-year 250. Still 250. He worth 250 now. The Homeland family, man. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? Oh God, do something for the city, man. Do something for the people that put you on, man. Because now 250, man. You're in a different realm, bro. You move in a different playing field. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to those three. And one of the things that in particularly when I posted that, my tag was that this is what they should have did when they had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. I felt that they slipped up on that one and they made Serge Ibaka more important than one of those three, and that's where they messed up at. But in this time around, they did not mess up. They did not. They opened up their wallets for the main three, because you can add 2 motherfuckers with them and still ball. You know what I'm saying? You can add any 2. You can add out of all rosters in the league, all of them. All rosters in the league, you can add any two, and they gonna get it in. You know what I'm saying? No, and that's not the shortchange. Dort, Williams, definitely not shortchanging your boy. Your boy, man. What's your boy name, man? My boy, man, the hustle dude, man. My guy, man, that came over from Lakers, man. Hold up, man. I ain't finna do my man wrong like that, dude. Hold on, let's see here. What my guy was doing, man. Yeah, Caruso. How'd I forget Caruso, man? Caruso, I'm sorry, man. I gotta apologize for any man, you know what I'm saying? Any man that be hustling. Any man that hustles and busts his ass on the court every single time, every single play, man. I'm my bad, Cruz. So I got to give you love for that. But like I said, this ain't to downplay you guys at all. This is what made you guys are what helped make a championship team. So not to downplay you at all. I'm just talking about the fact that locking in those three for Oklahoma City Thunder was a major move, major move for the future. That's 4 years guaranteed of excellence. I mean, the way that they play basketball was good. You know what I'm saying? I seen Kenyon Martin and Gilbert or Rashad McCants was talking about Chet getting $250 million for 11 and 5. I'm like, or 15 and 8. I'm like, 15 and 8. I've seen people get 40, 50 million for 5 points to two assists a game. You know what I'm saying? So I seen it done. All right, man. My bad, y'all. My son leaving, man. I had to say bye to my son, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, little young dudes, 17-year-old get on your nerves. But man, I've seen dudes, especially back in the day. I'm talking about like this happened like 10 years ago. My brother was trying to negotiate for his contract, man. I've seen dudes getting contracts, you know what I'm saying, that had gotten that was averaging like 9 minutes a game. They averaged 9 minutes a game in the season. And the very next year, they were signing contracts for 3 years, 42, 50 million. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that man, that unicorn, his money, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but that's a big up to them, man. I think that they messed up the first time, and I think they just wanted to make sure they came around and secured it the way they needed to do. I think the executives, if they would have made the same move with Russell Westbrook, Harden, and KD, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think they probably could have popped out about 3-4 championships, for real. You know what I'm saying? If they just would have opened their pocketbook for those three, and they had the money. You know what I'm saying? Just made somebody else more important that shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I mean, game is game, but longevity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at it. I tell people about this all the time when I talk about it. I'm like, you look at it. Russell Westbrook was a scoring champion, triple double king. Kevin Durant, scoring champion. You know what I'm saying? Scoring champion, scoring. You can't stop him. Scoring. You can't stop him. You know what I'm saying? And you got James Harden, another scoring champion of the league. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if those three would have been together, and now we see what it would have been like. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, in essence, it's pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. You got KD, Chet. Skill set of Chet is not KD yet. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. Because I done seen Chet play as a young dude. He's still young. Jay Will, like Harden. You know what I'm saying? And then SGA is like, you know what I'm saying, Russ. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, one love to OKC for locking that down. Watching some of the NBA Summer League games. You know, I just do. I love basketball, man. I live and breathe it, man. So that's something that's when it's on, I'm loving it. I need it. You know what I'm saying? It's like my fuel for real. But one of the things that I noticed that they were talking about a lot of was defense, emphasis on defense. I heard my guy, Jason Richardson's son, old little nephew, man. He was out there crackulating on fools, you know what I'm saying, scoring buckets, you know what I'm saying, running the PG like I think they were going to push him into, but he was running it, doing really well. And one of the things that he said was they asked him, you know what I'm saying, he said, look, I'm out here just trying to do what I need to do, you know what I'm saying, help the team win. And my main goal is to play, you know, bring that defensive intensity. I want to be out here guarding 94 feet. I want to be guarding 94 feet. And, you know, that'll turn into, you know, me being on the floor more. So, and that's how you got to look at it. I think a lot of kids have gotten away from that. You know what I'm saying? I think that defense is not important anymore. And, you know, me, man, I mean, you know, all my guys that train and stuff like that, I hope they don't ever take nothing personal that I say, but you know what I'm saying? In order to change things, you gotta push, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you push, it feels like resistance for people, you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand what's going on. And we've gotten away from defense, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there were I did a video one time and I put a post up of some what was it like? It was 4 minutes. 4 minutes of a highlight of every 3-pointer between oh man, who was it? It was it Milwaukee? No. Wasn't Marcus. He was missing. I think it's the Washington Wizards. The Wizard and somebody else. And they had it was like I think it was straight up. I think it had to be almost. I think they said it was like 100 threes between all of them in one game, dog. Like what kind of defense is that, right? And that's why 94 feet. If you pulling up from 3-pointers that many times, somebody's not D'ing you up 94 feet. And I think we gotten away from that. And I know trainers may take things I say personal, but in all essence, it's their fault. It's their fault. I mean, I don't see any videos of defense. I don't see any posts or highlights or recorded sessions of defense. You know, I see a lot of. This is what I do see a lot of. I do see a lot of switching up. Right. I've noticed this after I spoke about this before and started speaking about it. I start seeing people because people. That's how people are. They take your words, but they don't want to give you props on where they're getting it from. But it's all good. So what I've seen a lot of incorporating movement with the shooting, right? Because at first I was talking about all these kids are just, dribble, shooting when they're training. Right now, guys are like, oh, no, make a pass and then move and they go get a pass. And they like, okay, these are real live game situations. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's not real life game situations. Because how many times really in a game does it go one pass back to you, shot? How often does it go that? It doesn't. It really hardly ever goes that. I mean, you're usually. I mean, think about it. Tell the truth. You really, as a basketball player, tell the truth. When you're playing basketball in a real game, it's usually about 3-4 passes, maybe 5. About that. If it's a good team, you're looking at about 6, 7, 8 passes. You're looking at guys that are moving the ball. You're looking at guys that only hold the ball for 2 seconds, 2, maybe 3 seconds at the most, right? And those type of teams put up a lot of points, and the emphasis on defense has changed because when we're training kids, we're training them to work with the ball. Defense has nothing to do with the ball. Nothing to do with the ball. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I mean by that. Defense, a lot of kids nowadays think that defense is about stealing the ball, right? Once again, stealing the ball. Their mindset is on the ball, right? So, their mindset is still on the ball. I want to steal the ball. That's why a lot of them get into foul troubles for reaching, right? Defense is really just about making the offense do what you want them to do. Straight up. That's all the defense is, right? And then you want to be aggressive enough to you make them feel uncomfortable that they turn the ball over to you. That's what defense is all about. This is a God mind here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach you this game, players. So y'all trainers out there, you got to mix in a little bit of defensive sessions also because they have to know that. Because in order for them to be on the floor at the fullest capacity to contribute to their team, they have to be defensive minded. I've seen too many teams that are offensive minded. And the defense is suspect. They can put up points, but they let the other team put up more. Okay. Right? So when we're in these training sessions, we're teaching them ball. Defense has nothing to do with the ball. That was the first session. Aggressive, locking your man down and making him not want the ball or even just to turn it right over to you. That's number one. The second thing, rebounding. Rebounding has nothing to do with the ball. That's the problem. We're not wiring these kids correctly. Listen to the words that God is telling you. Rebounding has nothing to do with the ball at all. But the problem is, over the years, people have been teaching rebounding, going to get the ball. That ain't got nothing to do with rebounding. Rebounding has nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. What rebounding has to do with is making sure the other person doesn't get the ball. You see that concept? The terminology is called boxing out. And what I try to teach kids, you got to rewire them because I noticed it myself. When I first transferred my words, right? When I first started realizing, wait a minute, let me stop telling these kids to rebound the ball. Because what they do is when the shot goes up, what do? They go looking for the ball. They go looking for the ball. Are you people understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? They go looking for the ball because that's all parents, that's all coaches, that's all trainers have been telling them. Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. So they go looking for the ball. Where the ball? Where the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Rebounding has nothing to do with the ball. Rebounding has to do with once that shot goes up, you find your man, or if you're in a zone, the closest man to you that's on the other team, and you put a hand here, you put a hand here, you put your butt on them, and you move them out the way so the ball falls down, so then that way you can just grab it. Yes, I know. In the trenches, it ain't that easy. I get that. But that's where the softness has to go out, because there's no other word to use. That's where the softness has to go out, and the man in you to sit up there and say, nah, at least you're not going to get the rebound. That's how I always looked at rebounding. That's how I always looked at boxing out. I always looked at it like, at least you're not going to get. And I do this all the time. Like when I'm playing, my guys notice. When I notice a guy that got like 2-3 rebounds in a row, you know what I'm saying, over everybody. And then I'll just be like, all right, bet. Now my mission in my head is I'm going to box that person out every time the shot goes up, because at least that person can't get the rebound. Whoever else gets the rebound, hopefully my team will get it. Because if they boxing out too, because if 5 people are boxing out 5 people, only the 5 people that are boxing out are in proximity to get the ball. Man, I'm spitting this game too much to y'all, man, I think. But some of y'all ain't going to listen. If you do, blessings. And if you don't, it wasn't meant for you. Pass it to the next person because they can use the game. You ain't got to. Stay the way you is. It's all good. You're perfect the way you are. You ain't got to have none of these blessings. But on the guy, like for real, the only way basketball is going to change if trainers, you guys need to start teaching these guys both. Because kids are coming into the situations at high school, especially high school, and especially the JV level. And all they understand is the ball. If you watch, I'm telling you guys, I don't know what people be watching when they watch basketball. I don't understand what the system has conditioned our minds to look at. Because sometimes I'll be just looking at people and I'll just be watching them and I'll just be like, you're just standing there looking at the ball. Your man's running around the whole court. You haven't turned one time. You haven't done a head swivel at all. Not once. Your man's just running all over the court, bro. And I'm just sitting there watching, like, what the heck? Oh. But as soon as we go on the offensive end, y'all coaches, y'all know what I'm talking about. As soon as we go on the offensive end, oh, they running fast. Oh, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I want it. Oh, they moving quick. But that's okay. That's okay. We just got to mix a little bit more. What I would do is, honestly, I would have one session a week. If I was training, if I had my trainer session, if I had my team, my organization back open, what I would do is I have one practice session or one session where we don't use the ball at all. Matter of fact, we use a tennis ball. Matter of fact, coach did some dope shit one time this season. Frisbee. Right? The whole practice, there wasn't no ball. Right? Movement. Keep moving. Move. Because a lot of them don't. And like I said, our minds are so conditioned that we're not even seeing it. People aren't even seeing 2 guys on the left side of the court passing the ball back and forth to each other, and then the 3 guys on the other side of the court are just standing there watching. I don't understand what people be watching, because I'm sitting there watching it. I'm sitting there looking dead at it like they're just standing there. That can't be the play. I really never ever been taught a play where 3 people just stand there. I don't know. Maybe this new age stuff is different. This new age, everybody talking about how my coaching is so weird. Maybe it's because that's the stuff that they teaching now. Maybe that's why everybody looking at me like I'm weird when I come at them about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? To hold my coach's corner and do everything that I do and insinuate that we need to change the methods and the things and the way that these kids are moving on the floor, on the basketball court to make them better basketball courts, better basketball players, to give them a better opportunity in life so they can get a free college degree, so they can go wherever they want to go, so they can travel the world, even have the opportunity to play at a high level at another country and live for free and just enjoy life the way that they would not be able to enjoy life if they didn't have sports in it. I know it sounds crazy, don't it? Sounds crazy to me when I say it too. Sounds crazy to me when he tells me in my ear every day. What am I supposed to do? But tell you, if you listen to it, blessings. If you don't, it ain't meant for you, man. Keep moving on by, man. But yeah, just a couple of things, y'all. Like I said, a couple of suggestions. One suggestion, like I said, man, please, trainers, please, all my people that are training, please, 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 teach these guys the other side of the ball. You're training these guys for this many hours a day. A lot of times you're training them for more times than they're with their practice with their teams. So your influence on what they're learning is very, very significant. So you got to teach them the other side of the ball. Please, you can't otherwise than say that. Otherwise than say, hey, we're an offensive only training facility. Say that, please, okay? Otherwise, get them to learn the other side of the ball and keep them to move without the ball, man. God dang, be standing there. Woo! Good Lord, Jesus. Sorry, though, we're gonna change things around here. Oh, one thing I wanted to say. You gotta another last thing about basketball, real quick, as far as scoring. One thing I wanted to talk about was how the misconception of scoring is, right? I talked about how things on paper, you know what I'm saying, can be conceiving, right? Misconceiving. So with that, I think you have to understand that a lot of times people look at the paper and see what points that a person puts up, and they're all like ecstatic about it, right? But a lot of times that doesn't add to more points for the team. You know what I'm saying? Right? So your team is scoring a certain amount of points, and you guys average about a certain amount of points, and then you look out there and you're like, oh wow, this guy out here can score a lot of points. We're gonna bring him on the team so that our team can score more points. A lot of times your team don't end up scoring more points. In some cases, your team actually scores less points because what you did was you brought another guy on that wants the ball. So you brought another dude on there that's sitting there looking at the ball. No rebounds. Oh, the defensive end, he just chilling. When we go on offense, then, yeah, give me the ball. And that's all you did. You added another, I call them black holes, man. I call them black holes. You want to minimize, and the thing about it is you got to understand that's a part of the game. So it's not going to go away. Like I'm not saying this to make it look like that kind of player is bad. I'm not saying that. All I'm just saying is I'm pointing out facts, receipts. I'm pointing out stuff that's really going on, right? Really, really happening. So if you got a guy on the floor that's not a ball hog, a black hole, which means when you pass it to him, most likely it ain't coming out to nobody else. The shot's gonna come up from somewhere. He just waiting to see when the fuck would do anything, right? Then you add another guy on there that does the same thing. Now you got two black holes. Now you think about black holes, right? Think about black holes. They break down an area, right? So if you have this black hole in the court, that whole area is broken down, and ain't nothing happening or nothing coming out of there. So you add another black hole. So you add another black hole. Now wait a minute. There's some people out there, some coaches out there that be like, oh, let's throw another black hole on there. So the court is like, you know what I'm saying? The court is like this, right? The court is like this, right? You know what I'm saying? Halfway through, you got a black hole here, you got a black hole here, and you got a black hole here. I know the stuff I say sound crazy. I do. But listen to what I just said. The court is like this. Half defense, offense. Half. And you just put 3 black holes on the court. Those are 3 areas where nothing's going to happen. You just to minimize your whole half of the court by a third. You just took away a third of the court, uses of the third of the court. Man, I can't make this stuff up, man. Hey, man, this mine right here, boy. Thank you, Dorsine. Hey. Oh, you too, Curdy. You too. I ain't gonna lie, though. Curdy, you gave me some game, too. That's what makes it both of y'all. That's what parents do. All right. So we're done with basketball. And let's see here. Let's talk about Cardi B. Whew. Oh, yeah. I know. I be falling for the public consumption of daily rich people gossip. That's what I call it. I call it rich people gossip because first, my disclaimer, I've always wanted people to know, and I said this in my post and my podcast before, these are celebrities. Stop trying to live the same life that these celebrities live. You ain't got money like that. You don't live on that realm. You know what I'm saying? So that's the craziest thing when these rich women are telling these women, leave that nigga, you don't need that nigga, get away from him, he horrible, he whack. Oh, he didn't call you today? Oh, that's a red flag. Leave him. They got millions and millions of dollars. They got millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. When they go to sleep at night after breaking up with somebody they love, they going to sleep with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's a little bit different. It just is. So stop living this life that these celebrities lives. But man, if this is true, if this is true, God, man, fellas, kings, I hope this is true, kings. I can't pray on people's downfall. I can't. Well, it ain't somebody's downfall. It's just dudes. You're public. That's what's happening when you get that kind of money. We own you. You know what I'm saying? We pay for everything you do. All right, we want our percentage. Okay. All right, and the percentage of that is be able to talk about you any kind of way we want to, because everybody gets shots on Thailand TV. But man, if this is true, dude, I'm telling you right now, ladies, y'all gonna have to take one for the team. Y'all gotta take one for the team on this one if this is true. They talking about Cardi B and Stephen Diggs having issues. If this is true, ladies, y'all gotta take one for the team on this. I'm sorry. People gotta take one for the team, man. When your clique do something wrong, you gotta stand behind the wrong. And in this situation, what's the wrong? What is the wrong? Right? The ladies gonna stand on it. They gonna stand on their thing. I know it, ladies. Hey, one love, man. Angels advocate for everybody. Everybody get love too, while everybody gets shots. That's why I'm giving out shots, because I love you. But what's the wrong? Well, me personally, that's what my show is about. It's me personally. The wrong that I felt that she did was she decided to get rid of a man because he cheated on her. He went behind her back, had multiple cheating instances. She forgave him a couple of times till he got to the point where he cheated too many times to where she said she can't put up with it anymore. Father of her child, broke the home. Now they're two different people fighting in court, all that bull crap that comes along with it. Figuring out parenting time. Kids got to figure out who they going to spend with, when they going to spend with them. And then they go on beefing with each other. Like, I ain't stupid, Stefan. You should have put that a stop. You should have put a stop to that shit. Like, girl, if you don't love that nigga, you ain't finna write no shit about this dude, man. Forget that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, but they still writing that stuff, so still fighting, beefing. We all know what that means. People break up and they fight, beefing. We know what that means, right? But they trying to say that issues have come up with Stephen Diggs being promiscuous with other women. Don't know if it's true yet. I don't have the 100% facts. I'm just showing you or talking about the things that have been posted, rumors flying around. Don't know if it is true. I'm just saying, if it is, y'all gonna have to take one for the team, ladies, because that was a bad choice. It was a bad choice to leave your husband, the father of your children, to go back into the dating world to mess with men that are messing with other women while you're messing with them, trying to get them to only mess with you, when you had a guy who only messed with you but messed with the other women every once in a while, but gave you everything. Now, I seen it. Like I say, I play the Angels advocate all the time, ladies. I did see when he took her to the castle. And on the God, that's the illest shit I ever seen in my motherfucking life. So I don't know if these rumors are true, but man, that shit when he took her to the motherfucking castle, you niggas ain't doing none of that. You niggas ain't doing none of that. Yeah, I use the word niggas because if you say something back to me about this, man, I'm telling you, you ain't jumping on you ain't jumping across the moat, bro. Some of y'all don't even know what a moat is. That's the ridiculous part about it. Some of y'all don't even know what a moat is. But that's the illest shit ever. He took her to a castle, bro. Nah, fuck that, Stefan. You fucking it up for all us, man. Because now we don't think we got to do all that. Yeah, we got to do all that. Good whole breaks, man. Or at least they don't put the video up. Say don't post it yet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shit, damn. That was some dope stuff. I was like, damn. She pulled up and was like, yo, look at this. They had I'm telling you, had the moat. No, it wasn't like it was a pond in front of it. No, it literally was dug out perfectly like how a moat should be. And for all my ninjas, please look up dictionary, do Google definition of moat so you know what the hell a moat is. Because if you take your girl to a castle with a moat, I'm telling you ain't gonna never lose it. You ain't gonna never lose it. That's the type of stuff I'm trying to tell you right there. Is how you could be that. Matter of fact, that's why the rumors is crazy because like after taking her to the castle, Stephon do whatever he want to do. He do whatever he want to do. Ain't nobody took her to a castle. And until a nigga can do more than that, he the man. I figured out. Hey, I figured out a long time ago when it comes to ladies, y'all. Hey, fellas, when it comes to ladies, as long as you do the most with her and to her, you good. Yes, you good. You can be broken up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 35,000 times. You just walk around like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Take 3, 4, 5 days, go kick it with the homies, go meet some new tenders, come back. Oh, baby, look, I'm sorry. Oh, you don't want them other niggas out there. Ain't nothing out there for you, baby. It's all about me. Man, you good. You good, man. He's the Bob good. Took it to the castle, bro. Okay? Telling y'all, man. So but if it's true, though, if it's true, back to what I was saying, the whole point of what I was bringing it up, if it's true, ladies, you got to take one for the team. You got to take one for your team, man. She left a man that was her husband, the father of her children. She could have waited till those children were 18 and then said, okay, after we've made with this long, it still ain't working. Or we got to 18 and we really, really love each other now, but y'all invested in that business, 2 businesses of 2 children for 18 years. Lock the fuck in. Learn how to lock the fuck in, people. Lock the fuck in. If you're going to lay down and you're going to make that contractual agreement with somebody, I don't care about all these laws, rules, abortion, not abortion, whether pro-life, not choice. I don't care. If you lay down with somebody, y'all two have made a contractual agreement to go into business for the company of that child's name until the day that it turns 18 when it becomes its own entity. I spit game, man. And it comes out like this sometimes. It comes out like this. I save it a lot. I don't talk a lot like this, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Cardi B, if it's true, y'all hurting on this one. But one love to y'all. And big up to motherfucking Stefon Diggs, man, for taking her to the damn motherfucking thing, man. That was some player shit, man. I give players due where players is due. Because I was one. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is to be, you know what I'm saying? And I know how hard it is to be a pimp. I know how hard it is to be a player. I was all those back in the day when I was younger. So big up to him, man. Because that's a player move. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's in love with his girl, it's a player move. Let's talk about your boy, the round down diddler. Diddy chilling, man, right now. From what I recall, Diddy's still there, locked up behind the busy, till October 8th. I think it was one of the two, but in October though, he gets his sentence, finds out, which we all know is gonna be. But anyway, that's when he's supposed to be getting sentenced. Spoke about this the other day. Found not guilty for 3 charges. Found guilty for 2 charges. The 2 charges he was found guilty of were prostitution of the 2 young ladies, and the ones that he wasn't guilty of was racketeering and conspiracy and trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Which are very huge, heinous crimes, punishable by lots and lots of time in jail. Ironically, he didn't get convicted of any of those. Ironically, he did not get convicted of any of those. And I stated this before. The reason why is because the prosecution didn't prove shit. They didn't prove anything. They didn't prove that he's sitting there on the phone making hits. He didn't prove that. Right? We all seen mafia movies. It's pretty similar. I mean, movies are really similar, man. It's like, I know Law and Order, man. I used to watch Law and Order. I used to crack up and tell people I watch Law and Order. I could defend myself. You know what I'm saying? But jokingly, truthfully, you know what I'm saying? And in a sense, this kind of case shows you why. Like, ask for proof. You ever go to court? Ask for proof. Show me proof of what I did. Show me proof of what you say that I did. It's on you to prove it. Show me proof. Because if you can't show me proof, that's reasonable doubt. And if you have reasonable doubt at all, that means I didn't do it. Right? And that's what P. Diddy said. P. Diddy said, oh, you can't show I did anything. I didn't do that. I didn't do that either. So what did the prosecution do? They said, Johnson's baby oil. All over the place. Dildos. Drugs. All over the place. Freaky sessions. Audio tapes of people getting gank, paint, boom, boom. And then he talk about, yeah, take that. Take that. Bad boy. Hey, man. Bad Boy did put out a lot of music, man. Now you go back and look back, whatever. We're gonna stay away from that. But look, he got until October to figure out what his whole punishment is gonna be. I think I want to go and show how you got to understand the court system and the fact that the court really doesn't care about relationships between men and women. It really doesn't. Especially once it becomes a fact that's consensual, the court doesn't care. Like when you show that it wasn't consensual, when you could show that it was statutory, when you could show, the word, when you could show and prove that, yes, it's a law. But not only is disagreements between husband and wife, man and woman, related boyfriend and girlfriend, something that they don't care about, it's almost sometimes asked not to even be brought up. I mean, so, you get a lot of ladies that think, okay, slander this man's name and I can talk about his sexual preference and I can win a case. Shay situation, no. P. Diddy situation, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it gets to the point where it's two adult people making a decision to do something together. And then you can prove the two people decided to do it together. And then the one person deciding to change their mind afterwards and get upset about it. Court doesn't care about that. They don't. I mean, honestly, they didn't care about his sexual preference, really. I mean, they really didn't hold the sexual preference over him. I mean, it wasn't like they were like, oh, man, your ass is sitting up here bulldozing dudes with baby oil. So you had to have did this sex trafficking. You had to have done the racketeering. There's just because you baby oiling and having sex with your girl and y'all getting into arguments and fights, that means you did it. As you can see, that's not true. I've stated this before. I think that Hollywood, one of the biggest Hollywood positions, jobs is publicists. I think that publicists get paid buku dillianos in California, bro. Because I lived there. I lived in California. I lived in Hollywood. I lived off 1218 Sunset Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Right by downtown, but on Sunset, you know what I'm saying? Within reach of just driving down the Hollywood Boulevard. You know what I mean? And, I've seen because the news there comes quicker than it does anywhere else, right? And in Hollywood, because of the name and the publicity of the person, it's something that can really reach across the nation and worldwide, right? So why doesn't it? Because those publicists, because a lot of times, like I said, living in Cali, I've seen little snippets of something, or a quick little advertisement of something, or a quick little shout gossip about something or somebody, and the next thing you know, it disappears. And you're thinking in your head, I'm thinking in my head, like, wait a minute, that kind of gossip should have been like front page. The way the world works nowadays, the way this society is, and what these people milk from information, like that type of thing would be like super important for people to jump onto, right? And it just goes away. And I was like, wow, these publicists is crazy, because people have been afforded the ability to say, you know what, I'm going to ruin this person's life, or I'm going to give them a chance to offer me something to not ruin their life. And that has become, and especially in Cali, that's one of the biggest things that people do to become lucrative in Hollywood. They would sit up there, literally, be like, "Hey, I'm finna ruin your name by saying this about you." And most of the time, like I say, publicists would be like, "Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Cut them a check for 50 real quick, make them go away." You know how many times that happened? Like we see the 2 millions, we see the high, super high profiles, but what about, you know what I'm saying? Like, businessmen, you know what I'm saying? Downtown businessmen that are just like, do you know how these dudes is, how these dudes, they be go, and then they go do, how they is. Think how many scandal stories. Think how many scandal stories politicians, just politicians, you know what I mean? Make it go away. Just make it go away. That's how they be. That's how they be. The publicists over there be killing the game, man. So, you know what I mean? Like let's say when that's say shit the same thing. But say, see, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have your receipts. You gotta come in and, hey, hold up, player. That's why I always used to think and just say, I'm just not gonna ever do something that if it ever came out, I couldn't stand on and be like, yep, that was me. So that's why everything I ever done in life, you put it out to me, I'll be like, yep, I did that. I did that. Yep, I did. Yes, I did. That was me. You know what I'm saying? And I've been a victim of people actually sitting there saying, I'm going to tear this person down. I'm going to talk about this person bad to everybody in the world and make sure they all know. Like, I've been a part of that. I've seen that happen. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing I think about with these publicists, same thing I think. I'm like, first of all, I don't fall for none of that. Talk about me. God. Talk about me. Matter of fact, stupid to talk about me, because when you talk about me, saying that you're thinking about me. And until I heard that you were talking about me, I didn't know who the fuck you was. Well, I don't remember you. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you were talking about me. But I like it though. You know what I mean? So y'all take it how you want, man. But those, like I said, those publicists, they come in handy, boy. They fix a lot of problems. Because you think about P. Diddy's situation, he ain't gonna. Do you think? I mean, like in reality, do you think he's gonna be like suffering? Really? I would love to see a video of a week of what he does a week in jail. I would love to see it. I would love to. And then once he's released, once the whole thing is over, once he's done his time, because I'm a prophet, what do you think? You think he's gonna go in hiding? You think he's gonna go to one of his islands that he owns and just stays there and doesn't do anything and kicks out? You don't think it's gonna be some more Diddy parties? How? How could that be? Because the baby oil shit wasn't nothing but a smokescreen. The baby oil stuff was just what the prosecution wanted to make everybody think that this man was horrible, because this nigga's sexual preference was disgusting. And they wanted to say he's a disgusting man, so we should hate him. And that's not how the world works. So for people that are out there slandering people's names, people that are out there talking bad about people, it's not how it works. You're going to get some people, though, because the today's society is a lot of weak minds out there. People don't care about backstory. People don't care about what really happened. People don't care about listening to all sides. They just care about the rumor. That's it. The rumor. And that's why those publicists have so much money, because the publicists know that people are going to latch onto it without caring about anything. They'll jump right on it and pick sides. People are pick sides pickers. Oh, we got to pick a side. So, you know what I'm saying? And fortunately, when it comes to the court of law, there is no pick size pickers. It's facts. Show me the facts. Show me the receipts. Show me the facts. Period. Otherwise, stop talking. If you can't show receipts, stop talking. It just sounds like blah, 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 blah. You can't give numbers. You can't give dates. If your shit can't add up, stop talking, man. Just take the abuse. Take the shots that somebody giving you like a good person. Take the shots somebody giving you like a good person and just be cool. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, hey, most people ain't coming with facts if you really sit down and listen to them. But I wouldn't, as a prophet, like I said, I wouldn't be astounded at all to see P. Diddy out, and after about 2-3 months of being out, after what is it? He gets out in October. What's that? Thanksgiving. What's after that? Christmas. What's after that? New Year's. You don't think you're gonna see Tape Daddy? Okay. But y'all dudes better stop going to parties and stay late, drinking the punch. Nigga, just stand there. You maybe smoke some weed and roll out. You know what I'm saying? I'll let your boy, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We'll see, though, man. We'll see. Let's see here. Oh! Woo! Let's get to the day jour. Let's get to the big topic at hand. I was watching this podcast. I forgot the dude's name, man. This dude, Brian. I forgot the name of the podcast, but Brian is the host, and he always has this dude Andrew on there, right? This dude Andrew go ham, bro. Like he be going ham on the ladies, bro. And Brian usually has a cast of all women up in there, and on this particular episode, he had Andrew on there. So it was Brian, Andrew, and it was like 7, 8 girls, right? Usually they're about between 20 and 28-ish. Sometimes every once in a while they might have an older woman on there, but usually that's the age range they be having on there. This particular episode, they were talking about the Equal Rights Amendment, and let's see. I think Brian brought up because the lady was saying that the Equal Rights Amendment is what's needed in order for women to be considered as equals to men. And Brian was like, "Well, no, that's really not true. I mean, constitutionally, right? Talking about constitutionally." He said that for her to show proof of that, and she really couldn't. And basically, he pointed out the 19th Amendment, which gives everyone the right to vote, and it prohibits any state from not letting someone vote because of their sexual nature. Well, and the young lady that was on there that was kind of contesting that, and they were trying to get her to tell them how she felt the Constitution wasn't giving them rights, because she kept saying that in order for them to get equal rights, they need the Equal Rights Amendment to be passed. And they were like, no, they don't, because the 19th Amendment says that you have the right to vote, which means you have the same rights as a man does with finding someone and voting for someone to go into office to help strengthen and to push your movement the way you want it to go. And she was kind of just like, no, in order for that to happen, the only way that women can be considered fully equal is if they make the Equal Rights Amendment pass it. And Brian was like, no, you don't need to do that, right? And I mean, it for me, they started jousting back about, you know, how everyone once they start getting on this topic, they start getting on preferences. They start getting on really they start stepping into transgender conversations. They start saying, okay, well, if this person was this person and they became that person, what rights do they have if they're no longer that person? And Brian was kind of like, well, in a sense, it doesn't matter really right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, basically, he's right, because even if that person was born a man and turned into a woman, it still has the same rights as it had before, in a sense, right? And the same thing with a woman born a woman and deciding to be a man. They started getting on the question of enlisting and being drafted into the armed forces, how that would work, right? And then she was like, that's kind of the reason why it is what it is. Things would change if they made the Equal Rights Amendment passed. Everything would be cool because everybody would be treated equally. And he was like, no. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel that. Honestly, I kind of feel what he was saying. I wish I could jump on those shows and help out, because what he really wanted to say was, I don't know if he wanted to say this, but what I kind of wanted to say is that the Equal Rights Amendment really isn't for male or female. In all honesty, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not for male or female. And it's really not for males that transform into females. Really not. I mean, it kind of is, but really it's not. It's for the ones who are talking about they want to be damn dogs. It's for the ones that are talking about they're a tree. It's for the ones that are talking about their paper. It's for the ones who are sitting there reaching out and grabbing whatever that they want to grab to say they want to identify as. For real, because that's where it's going to open up. It's going to say that whoever you claim to be, you have the same rights as anybody else, no matter what you claim to be. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. Because for real, I mean, if you think about it, like I got my homegirl, we go way back, man. My homegirl Taisha, man, she cool. This on the God, man, for real. Like, this is one of my homies, man. Like, she cool as hell. And like I tell you all the time, like glimpses, things, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like I remember this one time. this is how I knew. This is how I knew, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? This is how I knew Taisha was she was a lesbian, right? Because she was aggressive, you know what I'm saying? She was gangster, you know what I'm saying? And we was young, we was like 10, 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? 12, 13, you know what I mean? And she was like, I remember this one particular time, she was like, we was all talking stuff, you know what I'm saying? All talking, you know how guys do. We talk stuff like, yo, and I was like, yeah, mom, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about how big their thing is. I'm like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gravy, you know what I'm saying? I got that swing, man, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, pull it out then. Pull it out, Tyler. Pull it out. Let's see. I was like, damn, hold on, man. Hold on. Pull it out. Let's see. Pull it out. Pull it out. I was like, whoa. Hey, man, that's my dog till we die, man. Hey, she was my language late night show. But, man, I swear to God, it's my dog, man. I remember one time, I'm about 21, 19, 20, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the game, dog. I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? I was messing with this girl, and her man, her boyfriend that she was with before me, kind of looked like me. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the dude left his ID over at the house. So one day I'm over there chilling, kicking it with her, whatever, and he was older than her, and she was like, oh. Yeah, I was over there in the kitchen, whatever. I was like, what's this? She's like, I like, nigga look like me. She's like, yeah, that's my ex, whatever. I was like, oh, snap. And she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do look alike. I was like, man, shit, I'm gonna use this. I was like 19. So I grabbed that mug. I was going to the clubs. Partying, getting boy. And so I remember, man, Ty, she called me all the time. She'd be like, cause my dog, cause we used to, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day when we was younger, hanging out, kicking it, figuring life out, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out, partying, whatever. She called me up like, yo, we having a party at the crib, T. I'm like, what's up? She's like, yeah, come on through. I'm like, boom, I go right over there. What was it? Was it over north off of was that Lindale? No, that wasn't Lindale. That was way down there. That was France. No, that wasn't France. That was off of where was we at, man? She was off of Broadway and what was it? We right, man. All I know she had the house over there Man, it was off the chain, man. We was kicking it, man. I was over there kicking it, man. And she'd be like, yo, Ty, I got a little thing over there for you. I was like, for real? Man, this is on the guy. Hey, man, game recognized game, man. This is people been in my life, man, on the guys, man. All my people, everybody I met in my life, man. I love everything. We done kicked it, y'all. Y'all know. And I got lots of stories. I ain't even gotten to the stories yet. But anyway, so Ty was like, she'd be like, yo, I got a little thing for you. I'm like, for real? Little bad mom think to come in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Little bad mama come in there. She come right, man. Y'all think I'm lying, man? I'm not lying. I'm not making this stuff up, man. This is messages from the God, man. I'll be sitting right there on the couch, little thing. Just she be like, yeah, I got a little thing for you. She go, come back out, boom, little thing, come walking on bad, a bad little thing. I was like, oh, Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? She be like, oh, are you Thailand? Yes, I am. Why, yes, I am, ma'am. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? You know, boom, spit game, you know what I'm saying? Talk for a little bit, blah, they give you an hour, sip, drink, hang out, blow, whatever. You know how young people do. I was a young person once too. Don't lie to yourself. I was a young person too. Man, whoo, take a brother to the prison. Hey, man, look, whatever. But anyways, that was my dog, man. That's my dog till I die, man, for real, man. And she was a lesbian, and you know, when we were younger, like I brought up, you know, we had those moments where it stood out that, you know what I'm saying, she was a little bit different than the other women that were out there. But dude, the mind on this queen, man, is beyond whatever. So the sexual preference don't fucking matter. And that's part of the reason what got me how I am in this world today is seeing things like that and be exposed to that, because I understand that people love who they love. That has nothing to do with who they are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like I was speaking about with the whole situation with Diddy, whatever, they tried to put dirt on his name and make him lose the case just because of dirt on his name. And it's not like that. Like, you can't judge people on the incidences that they have with relationships, because relationship is two-sided. You know what I'm saying? You're not always fueled by how you do it. Sometimes that other person is fueling you, right? You know what I'm saying? Be honest with it. So, and with this whole situation with the Equal Rights Act amendment, you know, I just get scared of that, because it's going to open up a situation where people will start to become anything, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We already have a situation to where we got to start understanding people that decide to change their sexual orientation. We're already dealing with that. We're already dealing with that. And then we got the comedy of people, you know what I'm saying, claiming to be animals. And it's comical right now. It's comical right now. But what about when it becomes an epidemic? What about when you see the first cult of cats? Of cats that used to be people and now they're cats. What happens then when you get the first AI identification meeting? Anonymous. IA. You get your first IA, identification anonymous meeting. You know what I'm saying? Where people go into rehab for claiming to be something and then coming back to be. What's going to happen? I mean, these are real questions. They may sound stupid. As a prophet, this is a real question. Because as a prophet, if we go in the direction we're going, this is what the things we're going to have to deal with. So why not ask the question? Let's figure it out now. Let's figure it out now. So then when it comes up, you're not shocked. You know what I'm saying? You're already prepared for it. You know what I mean? And this self-identifying is it's Pandora's box. I bring up Pandora's box a lot, man. And I brought it up with the whole paying kids, college basketball. I talked about that, opening up that Pandora's box. You know, and this is another situation. This is another Pandora's box. I mean, we're going to get ourselves into situations where people don't even have the time to figure out who they are. Not only are you trying to figure out who you are, now you're switching from who you are. Now you're going 180 and becoming something different. You didn't even take the time to figure out who you are yet. These young kids don't even have the time to figure out who they even are yet, without society or parents or influences telling them that that's what they are. It's going to happen when it becomes a epidemic. You know, it's questions we got to ask. You know, and it's okay to have real questions, because in life you have to have real conversations. And I think the real reason why I love to have real conversations with young people is so that they grow up and understand how to have real conversations. Because there's a lot of people that don't know how to have real conversations. They don't know how to have a conversation with somebody that doesn't agree with them. They don't know how to talk to somebody that doesn't see things the way that they see things. And my homegirl Taisha helped me with that, because it opened my eyes to the fact that people don't always think in black and white. They don't. And that's okay for them. That's okay for them. I mean, as long as it ain't hurting people, as long as it's within your own thing, and as long as it's coming from love, do your thing, man. Do your thing, man. I got some words. I got some convo. I got some opinions on it. Whatever. I speak my piece. This is what I do. That's what I do, man. That's why I made Thailand TV, man, so that I'm able to do that. So I'm able to come to you guys. I'm able to have conversations with you. I'm able to talk to you about things that are going on in my head, my daily affirmations, things I just think about, man. You know, and I know we all have brain capacities that are huge enough that we have a lot of thoughts. I'm seeing a lot of people, man, on podcasts now, man. I'm seeing a lot of people. That's the revolution will be televised. It's prophets out here, man. Everybody think that was talking about then. Everybody think the revolution being televised was talking about then. It couldn't have been, because it wasn't even televised. We live now. We live, yo. We live on the phone, on the G. We live now, yo. We have an avenue, we have a platform to get our message across. We have a place where we can go and change things. Too many people are comfortable with how things are. That's why they don't change. When people talk all this stuff and no change happens, it's because they're really comfortable with how the things are for them. They're just talking, man. When you come around me, you see change. You see people act different when they're around me. It's because I'm a real change type nigga. I ain't talking shit. I make things change. People get better after touching me. I used to nickname myself. As a matter of fact, one of my songs was one of my albums, Ghetto Gold. I got a track called Midas Touch. I used to call myself, you know what I'm saying, Midas Touch, man. Because when you touch me, man, it makes your world better, man. For real. Like you get information that you never had before. You get a piece of the world that somebody didn't give you. You get a glimpse of another realm when you talk to me and when you deal with me. Because staying on one realm will have you stuck in the same rut for the rest of your life. It just will. That's just what we know. That's what we know. And the reason why things don't change is because we don't really want them. The reason why inflation is able to hit so fucking hard is because really people don't want to change. People want to keep paying that money. That's what the banks are great. They're fucking in your face, shitting on your dollars, and then making you give it, and then making you clean your dollars and give it to them. You ain't gonna do shit about it. You ain't gonna do shit about it. You're gonna go and keep paying. It sounds horrible, I get it. But it's facts. It's facts. Inflation I was thinking about this at the gas station. Inflation ain't really inflation. It ain't. It ain't. Inflation is based on supply and demand. Inflation is based on supply and demand. That's why tariffs affect it so much. Because now your supply is lower because it costs you much more money to get it. But the demand part That's where we come in as consumers. Because the demand is so high, they can name any price they want. And that's really what inflation is. Somebody's sitting there saying, 470,000 people in this area want to buy this. It used to be $3. Fuck it, let's make it $5. Straight up. And the funny thing about it is, and this is how my mind works, out of those 470,000 people, if tomorrow only 10,000 wanted that same product, what do you think would happen with the price? Hey, thank you, Dorsey, for the vibe you gave me, man. On the God, man. You know what I'm saying? Blessings, man. That's a little gem because I don't want to know what they be saying for purposes of education or for entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Watch. What's happening to Target, right? Did it to everybody. Everybody stop buying shit. Everybody stop buying shit. What do you think they do? Offer free shit. Offer free shit. They tell you have to go buy this. You have to go do this before this time. It has to be done before this time. It has to be, your money has to be in before this time. The date that it gets done is the date of the 15th. The 15th needs to be done by the 15th. Tomorrow's the 15th. It has to be done. Okay, the 15th is gone by. Okay, all right, bet. So we'll give it to you free. You got a week for us to give it to you for free. Just like that. I can tell you some other stuff, man. I used to work in collections. I can tell you some other stuff on another episode. Hey, man, but yo, it's your boy, man. Hey, Honest This Hours, man. Thailand TV, man, coming at you, man. I'm blabbering on tonight, man. I didn't want to concentrate on just one topic tonight because I had a whole bunch of things that I want to talk to you guys about. So I wanted to make sure I got it all in today because you know how it is for tomorrow on Fridays. Friday's date night. So depending on me and the lady, you know what I'm saying, what we got going on. But I'll try to get you guys at 12. I'll try to get you guys at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll do a show at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll talk about some daily affirmations, probably something that's dealing with, the world today. Some suggestions on how we can be better as people. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me. You know what I'm about, man. Good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. Like I said, it's not all just boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. It's good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. Even if it's just friends, co-workers, whatever it is. This is just suggestions on how to, better deal with people. One of the ways, open mind, man. Open your mind up. Open your mind up, man. Open your mind up, humans. Open your mind up, yo. 2025 is the year. The only way it's going to happen is if you open your mind up. And you got to understand and you got to know your way ain't the only way. Your way is not the only way. It's not. It's not. I'm not saying it's not the right way. I'm just saying that your way is not the only way. And the only way to find out that your way is the right way is to find out what the other ways are. And say, nah, that ain't going to work. Nah, that one ain't going to work either. You know what? That way ain't gonna work. That way look cool, look fun, but that ain't gonna work for me. Actually, damn, hold on, no. That way is better than my way. I like that way better. That's the way, right? Or ain't none of them ways work. Everybody that told me that way is stupid. My way is right? But at least you got to open your mind up to understand that there is other ways and be willing to hear and listen to those other ways. Make your decisions afterwards, but have an open mind because there's so many people in here. All of us are a piece of God, of the Creator, the Most High. All of us are a little piece. So if we're all a little piece of Him, why you treat Him less than? You know what I'm saying? Why you treat Him less than? You know what I mean? So open your mind up, man, to all this, man. You know what I'm saying? That he, she, he, her, him, why, we, what, where, there. That stuff's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, this is my show. I bust shots, man. I talk about men. I talk about women. I talk about men, women. I talk about women, men. I talk about tree women, cows, dogs, ants, whatever you identify. On Thailand TV, you get shots like everybody else. So if you take it personal, I don't. Oh, the God, y'all. I love y'all, man. Please, man, tune in. Go on to my shows on YouTube, man. Check out all my content. I got all type of stuff on there. please go on my content. Just watch all the stuff I got on there. A lot of stuff is all about Apple Valley. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, youth coming up in Apple Valley, the program that's becoming huge, transforming that city into a powerhouse city. You know, I got promos for, you know, companies that have that I've helped kind of start and catapult them into a better area with some videos that I've done, some more of my videos, some of my past videos, some of my on-set videos, some of my highlight videos, some of my old movies, my documentaries, everything. So please go to Thailand TV on YouTube, and that's YouTube, www.youtube.com/@800 Styles Productions. And see all the content that your boy be doing. Everything's on there. I haven't deleted anything, so everything all the way back to when I created, man. There's some fun stuff on there. Even back in the day, with some fun stuff on there for you to check out. For real, very interesting. I'm a very interesting cat. With always more to come. So please stay tuned. Thank you for dealing with me tonight. I appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody, man. Blessings, and you guys have a good night. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. From the God. Peace.